So, good evening, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to today's special meeting, How to Take Charge of Your Health. As you already know, my name is Buno, and I'm a certified wellness coach. I'm a health coach, a rational emotive behavioral therapy mindset coach, and an NLP practitioner. So, welcome. So, today we are talking about how to take charge of your health. How to take charge of your health. You know, the truth is, our health is very important because without it, every other thing means nothing. You know, and the truth is, a lot of times we neglect our health. Sometimes consciously and unconsciously. Sometimes we trade it for other things, that is not as important to us as our health. So, and the sad thing is, there's a lot of trade-off. You either pay now or pay later. You either pay now with discipline and a healthy lifestyle, or you pay later with ill health. But sadly, in our society today, a lot of people are paying later. You see most people in their 50s and above, they are down with chronic health challenges, some of them that they have to live with for the rest of their lives. Why? Because they did not adopt a healthy lifestyle on time. A lot of times they wait until they are 40 and above. That's when they want to start cutting down on sugar. That's when they want to start exercising. That's when they want to eat more fruits and vegetables. That's when they want to start taking supplements. But what if they had started much earlier? You see, then those chronic lifestyle diseases would have been avoided. So that brings us to what we're talking about today, how to take charge of your health. How do we take charge of our health? Because a lot of times we think our health is our doctor's responsibility. We often think when I'm not well, I'll go to the hospital and then the doctor will just treat me or give me medication and I'll be fine. But we are failing to understand that the doctor will only treat you or give you medical advice, right, when you are not feeling fine. But the doctor is not going to be responsible for whether you eat right or not, whether you sleep well, your sleeping habits, whether you exercise. So all of these things is your responsibility. And until we start taking 100% responsibility for this, we are not going to enjoy radiant health and vitality. So, we are talking about how to take charge of our health. So like I already said, our unhealthy lifestyle, they have a wide range of detrimental effects on our physical, our mental, our spiritual and emotional health. So our unhealthy lifestyle, they stem from our health mistakes that we repeat on a daily basis. Why would we repeat mistakes on a daily basis? That's because of negligence. We feel it doesn't matter. So that is the reason why we repeat our unhealthy lifestyle on a daily basis. So, like I said, there's always a price tag. So I already talked about the law of trade-off and how we are trading our health for money, for short-term pleasures. Sometimes you want to watch midnight movies and you watch it till 1 a.m. and then you cut down on your sleep. Then some of the people that are going to work in the morning, they know they will still need to wake up very early and then they end up sleeping like 4 hours. So but sometimes it's not even the short-term pleasure, or sometimes you go clubbing or you go partying and you're still going to go to work the next day. If you were going to be relaxing the next day, no problem, but you're going to go to work the next day and then you cut down on your sleep. Or we don't even pay attention to the food that we eat and the eating times. So all these unhealthy habits, sometimes we eat junks, a lot of junks in our food. Sometimes we eat lots of processed food that we make it our habits. So all of these things, they impact our health negatively. So you can begin to trade off indiscipline and unhealthy lifestyle for discipline and a healthy lifestyle. So here are the keys. So here are the detriments. There are the key detriments associated with unhealthy lifestyle. So we have lots of chronic conditions. Today in our world today, obesity, hypertension, diabetes, cancers, all kinds of cancers, the mental health challenges such as depression. Did you know that the food you eat, the kind of food you eat, can lead to all this depression, anxiety and stress? Because there's a connection. We have a mind body connection. So what we eat affects us. It affects how we think. It affects our energy level. It affects everything. So also weakened immune system. So poor lifestyle choices such as inadequate sleep, high stress level, a diet lacking in essential nutrients, they can weaken our immune system, making us more susceptible to infections and diseases. It can also lead to reduced energy and productivity. You will lack the vital energy that you need to go carry out your day-to-day activity, during the day, if you have unhealthy lifestyle. That's why sometimes when you wake up, you realize that you are feeling very weak. Meanwhile, you have not even started the day, you've not done any work. You are feeling weak and you are feeling tired already. You see? So that's because our unhealthy lifestyle can reduce our energy level and affect our productivity. It can also reduce our productivity. If, for example, you are used to always sleeping late and you are used to eating late, it will affect the quality of sleep you get. It will affect how you feel when you wake up. You see, you will wake up feeling de-energized and not even ready to face the day. Then reduced life expectancy. You see, our unhealthy habits and lifestyle like smoking, excessive alcohol consumption, poor diet, all of these things can lead to premature deaths. I know some people will say, I know of somebody that has been smoking for a long time and the person is still living long. We all have different metabolism, and what works for A may not work for B. You don't know if the person is very active, the person exercises every day, the person is eating diet, because it's not one thing. It's the accumulation of different things that actually result to the sicknesses and diseases. Because sicknesses and diseases, they are the effects of our unhealthy lifestyle. So what is the cause? The cause is our habits, our behaviors, our thoughts. Then financial consequences. The truth is, maintaining an unhealthy lifestyle can be very expensive. In terms of medical bills, prescription drugs, missed work days, due to illness or disability. And then we have social and relationship issues. Our unhealthy habits can affect our family and friends. Excessive alcohol consumption. You see somebody is drunk and the person loses his sanity, and the person is falling into gutter and engaging in behavior that is very disgraceful, bringing shame and disgrace to the family. And then that can also affect the person's relationship, because when you are having issues, mental health issues, or you have physical issues and you are refusing to deal with them, and you are looking for ways, instead you are looking for ways to suppress them, looking for the quick fixes, like developing negative coping mechanisms like consumption of alcohol and all of that, it's not going to solve the problem. It will only make you not to think about it for a little while, but you know what, the problem is still there. Then lowered quality of life. If we engage in unhealthy habits and lifestyle, it will cause us to struggle with mobility. We'll be feeling aches and pains in different parts of our bodies. It leads to pain and discomfort and limited participation in enjoyable life activities. In enjoyable activities, things that you used to do before, now a lot of people cannot do them again. Why? They'll say it's old age. It's not old age, it's because you are not moving enough. So what does it mean to be healthy? So enjoying good health is being free from diseases or disorders, to be in a good physical and mental condition. Why? Because when we talk about wellness, we're not just talking about physical health. Physical health is only a part of wellness. We have your spiritual health, you have your social health, you have your financial health, you have your mental health, and you have your emotional health. So you want to be completely well. So when we talk about wellness, you want to be well in every area. So you want to completely take charge of your health. So how can you stay radiantly alive and healthy? How can you do that? So just like we say, success in your health starts with few daily disciplines when you adopt a healthy lifestyle. And it's important to focus on holistic approach, like I just said, that encompasses all area of wellness. So how can you do this? So number one, you can start by eating right. By eating right, we don't mean eating in expensive or fancy restaurants. We just mean eating balanced diet. Eating balanced diet. That is what we actually mean when we talk about eating right. Eating more fruits and vegetables. Research has shown that every 28 days, your skin replaces itself, your liver every 5 months, your bones 10 years, your body makes new cells from the food you eat. So what you eat literally becomes you. So you have a choice in this matter. You have a choice in the things that you put in your mouth. So contrary to what we believe that our cells they are not renewed, the truth is our cells regenerate from time to time. Every day when we go to sleep, our body is building up the cells and the muscles, damaged cells and tissues, worn out tissues in our system. Is doing a lot of repairs on a daily basis. But if you are not sleeping well, or you're not sleeping at the right time, you're not getting enough sleep, you'll be obstructing this process that is going on in your body. So food is very essential, because research has shown that 70% of your immune system is in your gut, your gastrointestinal tract. So what you eat, it matters a lot, because that's what determines if you are going to have a strong or weakened immune system. So I was just talking about the gut health, and research has shown that 70% of your immune system is in your gut health. So what should you do? How can you take care of your gut health? Because your gut is your second brain. You actually have 3 brains. Your gut, which is your colon, as you can see in this diagram, and then your heart and your brain. They are your 3 brains. Why? Because those are also your 3 seats of decision making. If you notice, that's where you take decision from. You take decision from your brain, from your heart, and from your gut. You see, and that's your 3 brain. So whatever affects your gut affects your brain, your physical brain. You see, so you want to ensure that you really take care of your gut. If that's where 70% of your immune system resides, then you really want to take care of it. How can you take care of your gut? One, you can eat fermented foods, or foods that are rich in probiotics. Probiotics. When we talk about fermented food, it's just foods that the growth of the bacteria is controlled. Alright, healthy bacteria, not the bad ones, is controlled. And because in your body you have good and bad bacteria, and when the bad ones overpower the good ones, when they outgrow the good ones, you fall sick. So you want to make sure that you are eating things that will help to grow the good bacteria in your system. So that's what we mean by probiotic rich foods, and you can find them in food like yogurt, any soured food. When I say soured or fermented foods, that's what we mean when we say soured food. We don't mean the rotten food. When we say soured food, we mean the fermented foods. So like your yogurts, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, these are some of examples of fermented foods, or any local fermented foods that you know. Also, you can eat foods that are rich. For example, we also have the prebiotic. The probiotic, they like to feed on prebiotic. I'm sure all of us already know that garlic is great for our health. So some of these things, places where you can get these prebiotics, examples are garlic, onion, leeks, asparagus, aloe vera, banana. All these, they contain prebiotic. So you should eat more foods rich in them. And then you can also consume gut healers like your aloe vera and your vitamin A, C, and E. You see, your fatty, your ACE, That's vitamin A, C, and E. These are omega-3 fatty acids. These are healthy fats and vitamins that you need in your body. Then also you can eat fiber rich fruits. So that's why we say we should eat more fruits and vegetables, whole grain, legumes. You see, fiber acts as food for your gut flora, so it's very important. Then limit sugar and processed foods. You see, because the processed food, they go to destroy the good bacteria in our system. So you want to really limit them or completely eliminate them from your diet. Very important. Then also you need to stay hydrated. You need to learn to drink more water, because water is essential for your overall health and well-being, for proper digestion of your food. So water helps your food to move better. Then you want to manage stress. Because research has shown that chronic stress can negatively impact your health. Research has shown that 60% of the world illness today is as a result of chronic stress. You see, so you want to practice stress management and relaxation techniques like mindfulness, yoga, meditation, progressive muscle relaxation, breathing techniques, and a whole lot more. And if you want to learn more of that, you can get my relaxation technique course or my stress management course. And then you want to limit your use of antibiotics. Why? Because the antibiotics, they don't target only that bacteria, the bad bacteria that it's destroying, that you're supposed to destroy. Instead, it's targeting both your good and bad bacteria, creating an imbalance. That is why you don't want to be using antibiotics all the time. That's why your doctors even encourage you, they tell you not to use antibiotics for a long period of time. But a lot of times we self-medicate when we're supposed to see our doctor. Then you want to learn to eat according to the natural body cycle. What is the natural body cycle? The body operates in an 8-hourly clock every 24 hours. And the first cycle starts from 4 a.m. to 12 noon. From 4 a.m. to 12 noon, your body is in the elimination phase. It's trying to take out the toxins from previous day digestion. So the food that you should eat by that time, they should be food that will aid that digestion process. And if possible, don't eat. But if you must eat, you can eat fruits and vegetables because they take a shorter time to digest. Fruits and vegetables digest in like 30 minutes. In about 30 minutes, they've digested. So it's not going to disrupt the process. But when you eat food that is heavy, that takes a longer time to digest, like your carbohydrates and protein, that takes a longer time to digest, they obstruct this process of elimination. And sadly, a lot of people don't even eliminate their bowels, they don't eliminate the toxins in their system regularly. If you notice, children, when they are born, they feed, if they eat 5 times in a day, they will poop like 5 times in a day. But as adults, you eat 3 times in a day, but you poop just once, or you don't even poop at all. So where does that toxin go? You see, it's just like you keeping trash in your kitchen. If you don't take it out on a daily basis, at the end of the day, it will get to a point that kitchen will become hard for you to stay. Why? Because of the accumulation of the toxins that is there. It will be hard for you to stay in the kitchen. So it's the same thing with your system. Every day you bathe your body on your outside with soap and water. Why don't you say, I'm looking fine, I don't need to bathe today? But me and you, we know that whether you stay indoor all day or not, you will still bathe in the night. Why? Because germs and dirt from your surrounding has entered your body. So you want to keep it clean. Then what about your inside? That is why you need to detoxify your system. So that is why we are saying you should eat foods that will help to improve your gut health, which is what we've been talking about since. All these things will help to improve your gut health. And once your gut health is fine, then your whole body is fine, just like we said. Then the second thing you want to do is to exercise. Exercise, very key. Now, exercise is not just for losing weight, it's not just for fat people, it's for everybody. Why? Because you want to get your system functioning optimally, because it helps the processes in your body. So you want to get your system to function optimally. Now, I don't mean you should go and do 1 hour, 2 hours every day. No, as little as 5 to 10 minutes of exercise on a daily basis will go a long way in improving your overall health. What you just need is to build consistency. Make it like brushing your teeth, such that even when you don't feel like it, you will still exercise, because you brush your teeth every day. Whether you feel like it or not, you brush your teeth. So the same thing, you want to make exercise part of your daily routine, so that you do it every day regardless of how you feel. Now, if you now have a goal of losing weight, that's when you can now begin to increase the duration after you have built consistency. Now, let me also explain why exercise is very important. Exercise and breathing is like breathing, because it works together with breathing. You see, when you exercise right, you actually get more oxygen flowing in your system. And once the cells in your system, they have enough oxygen, you will be fine, you will be healthy, you will be radiantly alive and healthy and full of vitality. You see, and for example, if you attended my last breathing technique class, we talked about this. We said that the circulatory system, which is the powerhouse of your health, it circulates nutrients and oxygen around your entire system. Now, your circulatory system is powered by your heart, and it works together with your respiratory system. But what happens is that now your circulatory system is powered by your heart. What about your immune system? Your immune system is powered by your movement and your breathing. That is why when you fall sick, the first thing that is affected is your breathing and your movement. You will notice obstruction in your airways, and you also notice that you are unable to move, or you don't have the desire to move about. You see, so that is why movement is life. Then the third thing you want to do is to sleep well. Proper sleep, it is very key. Please, can we mute? You want to sleep well. So proper sleep is essential for our overall health. Now, sleeplessness and stress, they are brother and sister. They are 5 and 6. Sleeplessness can lead to stress, and stress can also lead to sleeplessness, and they have similar symptoms. When you don't sleep well, you become forgetful. You become forgetful, and then you will have lack of focus and concentration. It will also reduce your productivity, because you have reduced energy level. And then lack of proper sleep will also lead to low cognition. You will not be thinking straight. So, and if you are not sleeping well, over time it can lead to stress, chronic stress, and it can begin to affect your system. And just like we talked about earlier, it can begin to lead to, and chronic stress can lead to you adding visceral fat around your belly region. It can also lead to you gaining weight. For some people, stress makes them gain weight. And then chronic stress can also lead to cardiovascular issues, and it can lead to digestive issues, and so many other health challenges today. So that is why you want to learn to sleep well. So you also want to sleep according to the natural body cycle. I just explained what the natural body cycle is. And you want to learn to sleep well according to the natural body cycle, because your body has an internal clock, which is known as the circadian rhythm, or the natural body cycle, like I talked about earlier. So your body operates on this 8-hourly clock 3 times every 24 hours. So you want to learn to also sleep with the natural body cycle, so that you can optimize your health. Remember, I told us that when you sleep well, when you sleep early and you sleep well, your cells we now use that time, because I said the last 8 hours. Okay, I talked about the first 8 hours, that the body is in the elimination phase, right? And the first 8 hours is from 4 a.m. to 12 noon. The body is in the elimination phase. And I said the food that you should eat that time should be food that will help this process of eliminating toxins from your system. And if you can, don't even eat till 12 noon. But if you can't, you should eat more fruits and vegetables, because they take a shorter time to digest. They are not like your protein that will take a longer time to digest, that will now obstruct this process of elimination. Then the second phase is from 12 noon to 8 p.m. And from 12 noon to 8 p.m., the body is in the digestive phase. And if you notice, your lunch and dinner falls within this time. So that is when you should be eating your lunch and dinner. So you should not be eating your dinner after 8 p.m. But if you must eat after 8 p.m., eat fruits and vegetables, because they take shorter time to digest, like we said earlier. And I know that sometimes it's inevitable. You will eat late, but don't let it be a daily thing. Because a lot of people, that is their norm. They eat late consistently. And then you wonder why you are suffering from indigestion, or you are having visceral fat, or you are having stubborn fat that is refusing to go, or you are having all these health challenges. It's because you are not sleeping early, or you are not sleeping well. Then, or you are eating late in the night. Then the last phase is from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. again. Now, from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m., the body is in the appropriation phase, you see, or the absorption phase. That's when your system is absorbing, taking the nutrients from the food that you had eaten during the day, and is using it to do repairs of your damaged cells and tissues, you see. And that is, so when you go to sleep, your body goes to do those repairs. But if you're not getting enough sleep, you will notice that it will affect your overall health. So that is why sleep is very important. It is very evident when you have wounds. If you have physical wounds and you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well, trust me, that wound will take a longer time to heal. But if you are eating well, supplying the right nutrients to your body, it will take a shorter time to heal, because the body, God designed our system to heal itself when we provide it with the right nutrients. But a lot of times we are not providing the right nutrients, and that is why we fall sick. So this is the sleep time for different people within the different age range. So children require more hours of sleep than adults. But I think research has shown that the older you get, the less sleep you actually sleep, or the less sleep you get, you see. But as an adult, you should try to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep as an adult. Then another thing is supplementing your diet. You see, what your food should actually be anything that nourishes your body and promotes detoxification. So if your food does not support nourishment and detoxifying your body, then you need to supplement your diet. But sadly, in our world today, our farmers are more concerned with monetary value than with nutritional value. You see, so they will use lots of chemicals to grow the plant. Unlike before, where our forefathers practiced shifted cultivation, where they farm in a farmland for 3 to 5 years, then they leave it. They farm in a farmland, after harvesting, then they leave it for 3 to 5 years for the land to replenish the nutrients naturally. But we don't do that anymore because of modernization, because of civilization. We don't do that anymore. You see a lot of people farming in the same farmland, year in, year out, using a lot of chemicals in the form of fertilizers, herbicides, and pesticides, which then find their way into our system through the foods that we eat. You see, so and many of the food that we eat, they are also genetically modified. So that is why we need to supplement our diets. Very important. Just like I told us earlier, about the law of trade-off, that you're either paying now with discipline and a healthy lifestyle,